Good evening, everyone. Hello and welcome to our meeting, our regular meeting, August 27, 2024, for Palm Springs Unified School District. So first, I would like to call to order and have our roll call.
Board Member Girardi.
Here.
Board Member Irvin.
Here.
Board Member Espericueta.
Here.
Board Clerk Cornett. Here. And Board President Jarrell.
Here. Would you all please, and our Board Clerk Cornett will lead us in the pledge.
Please stand. Ready, begin.
Next on our agenda, we continue with our mission statement for our school district. All members of Palm Springs Unified School District are united in our commitment to equity. We create deep, meaningful learning opportunities, build professionalism, and engage parents and community to ensure students' success for all students. All students graduate with the skills, capacities, and confidence needed to succeed in a rapidly changing world. And then our superintendent will read our mission statement in Spanish.
Thank you, President Jarrell. Todos los miembros del Distrito Escolar Unificado de Palm Springs están unidos en nuestro compromiso con la equidad. Creamos oportunidades de aprendizaje profundas y significativas, creamos profesionalismo e involucramos a los padres y a la comunidad para garantizar el éxito de todos los estudiantes. Todos los estudiantes se gradúan con las habilidades, capacidades y confianza necesaria para tener éxito en un mundo de cambio rápido.
Board Superintendent, or excuse me, District Superintendent, will you please invite our members who need hearing devices for translation?
Thank you. Cualquier miembro del público que requiere de audífonos para traducción en español, por favor avísenos y les vamos a ayudar.
And that would be to go over to the table to the right?
Yes.
Okay, right over there.
Y nada más aquí a la derecha nos pueden preguntar, ¿ok? Gracias.
Thank you. Next, we also add our land acknowledgement, and Board Member Cornett, our clerk, will read our land acknowledgement.
Thank you. The Palm Springs Unified School District acknowledges the Cahuilla as the original stewards of the land on which the Palm Springs Unified School District facilities now sit. We are grateful to have the opportunity to work with the indigenous people in this place. We pay our respect to the Cahuilla people, past, present, and emerging, who have been here since the time immemorials. Thank you.
Excellent. Item 7, we look at a report of closed session items. Clerk Cornett, are there any closed session items or actions to report?
There are no closed session items to report.
Thank you. Board agenda number 8, we approve the agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
Move for approval.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passed. So here comes a very important part of our meeting tonight is number 9. And we have special recognitions. And we're going to recognize a parent from Landau and 2 classified employees and 2 certificated employees from Landau. And then we will also then, after that, we will have our board oath of office for our student board members. So the Board of Education will come down, and for our employees, you're going to see videos of them. And then for our student board members, you're going to see video clips produced by some of our students here in our district as well. So the board is going to come down, and we're going to stay and watch the videos and present along the way. So board, if you'd please. So, first of all, we're going to start with our student that's going to be recognized, Ms. Jocelyn Diaz Carvajal, Landau Elementary. Would you please come up? Jocelyn, this is very special, and if you'd like to start here, stand right here. We're going to award you this, and Board Clerk Cornett will read your certificate.
Jocelyn Diaz Carbajal, in recognition of her extraordinary commitment to hard work, dedication, perseverance, and exceptional academic excellence at Landau Elementary School during the 2024-25 school year. Congratulations.
So Jocelyn has been at our school for a couple of years now. She has been the most hard-working student that we have here. All of our teachers agree. She is very kind. She is actually like one of the role models in our 5th grade right now, so we really love having you at school. So.
Okay, we're going to get around.
Can I move this? Now we're good. She mentioned nice to hear you. I'm going to stay here at the same time.
Okay, next, we'll have the governing board recognize and commend parents. Alicia Ford from Landau Elementary and Melissa Flores. Please come up. So let me tell you that Ms. Elisa Ford and Ms. Melissa Flores are being recognized for their contributions to Palm Springs Unified School District and their active participation, collaboration, and involvement in Landau Elementary School activities and events during the 24-25 school year. And Principal Wendy will tell us more.
So I just want to let you know, I appreciate both these ladies very, very much. They are always willing to come to school to help out no matter what it is. Melissa's always there for PTG and any other events that we have going on. Alicia is too. She is very active in our school site council and any other thing that I throw her way. She's always willing to help out. So I appreciate these ladies very, very much, and I'm looking forward to, their kids are still small, so I'm looking forward to having them for another couple of years. So thank you two very much.
Nice meeting you. No, there's going to be video.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, so next part of our presentation is recognizing our employees, Cindy Hosmer and Marcy Danielson. And we'll watch some videos right now if you look up at the screen.
I nominated Marcy Danielson for close to 20 years. I've been in elementary the entire time, and Marcy is one of the best elementary kindergarten teachers I've ever seen. Her kids are engaged. Her kids are constantly achieving well above the average. She has a lot of energy. She brings song and music and rhyming to our kids, and that then bleeds into them being really successful in first grade.
Answering in a complete sentence. Thank you, Piper.
My favorite thing about Marcy really is her enthusiasm. She comes in the office every day. Whenever she talks to kids or when she talks to adults, she has a smile. She is positive. She's just a really positive person and just brings a lot of fun to her class. She's been here for a really long time. She's had a lot of her students have children, and they're in her class too, and they remember her fondly, and that is probably the biggest compliment that you can make to a teacher, is that she's remembered. Marcy, I appreciate everything about you, who you are to our school and to our team, and there's no one better to teach kindergarten to our kids than you.
All right, clap, clap. What do you think I'm going to say? Oh, I'm sorry. You know that
She is the epitome. We talk about equity. She makes sure our kids feel included, our kids feel heard. She is a liaison a lot between kids when they're having conflict. I nominated Cindy Hosmer as the Employee of the Month. She is our behavior paraprofessional here at Landau Elementary. Cindy is also someone who doesn't need to wait for someone to tell her what to do. She instinctively knows what to do. She's a go-getter. She sees issues and she is on top of it. She's proactive, and that's exactly what elementary students need. And she helps all of our students and the adults that are here to really hear what's going on with our kids and also with our parents too. She's just been a tremendous asset to our school for many years, and I appreciate having her. Cindy, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you and who you are and who you've made me be, so thank you so much for everything you do.
So the Board of Education would like to thank Marcy Danielson for her service to Landau Elementary. Congratulations. Hold right here. Is there anyone you want to thank?
I would like to thank my family, all my friends at Landau, and all my colleagues that I work for. You guys are amazing. Thank you.
And our classified elementary employee of the month, Miss Cindy Hosmer. Come on over. Oh, congratulations. Here we go. Stand right here.
Sorry, I'm not good in front of all this. I can work with kids all day long, but thank you. I didn't know I wanted to do this till Wendy gave me a chance. She believed in me before. I thank everybody at Landau for trusting in me and what I do, and to my family who stands behind me every single day.
Did you want to say something? Oh, good. I know, you were good. All right. Did you want a video?
Did I do you justice? You're welcome. The intern's in great. All right, let's get you guys for a photo. I'm gonna have you guys be right here in the middle, and then.
Thank you.
Okay, this is really special because we start a journey this year with our new student board members. And so the governing board wishes to recognize the following student board members to come up in front of all of us and be sworn in. I'm sorry. Oh, there's video, sorry, thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Soraya. I am going to be your guys' student board representative representing Desert Hot Springs High School.
Hi everybody, my name is Diego. I'm going to be the student board representative for both the San Jacinto School campuses.
Hi, I'm Micah. I'm going to be the Palm Springs District Board. I'm so excited to represent the campuses board this year.
Hey guys, my name is Philip Gonzalez. I'm the student board rep for Rancho High School.
Hi everyone, my name is Kimberly. I am the captain of the cross country team here at PSUSD, and I have been in it all 4 years. I am also the founder and president of Pre-Medical Club.
I am the head of the esports Super Smash Brothers team that we have here. It's been great. I've seen a lot of progress with the people that I've started with, and I'm even getting some new people into this.
I'm track team manager, so I help run the track meets when they're here at school. I help check everyone and make sure it goes smoothly. I also co-founded and created Feminine First sophomore year, in which we donate food and different sources of clothing to local women's shelters during the holidays.
I love doing our wrestling program just because it's such a strong connection within the team. It's just a really great environment and we always support each other. That's at practice, at duels, and it's a really great environment.
I'm assistant captain in my school with Ballet Folklorico, which I'm really excited about. Also have been the treasurer for that group. I also started a baking club with my friend, and I'm the vice president for that. Outside of school, I'm really big on fashion. Either be thrifting or always shopping. I'm a big shopper.
I have quite a history in culinary arts, not in any professional sense. I'm more of an amateur home cook.
I am a very big film enthusiast. I watch movies all the time, and I also love to read. It's one of my favorite pastimes.
Outside of school, I really like to spend a lot of time with my family, especially since my little brother plays travel baseball. We get to travel a lot.
When I get home from school and I have free time, I really like hanging out with my family. I love playing board games with my brothers, and I also love to bake and spend time with my cat.
I cannot express with enough gratitude how amazing it is that I've received such an opportunity.
I'm so passionate and so grateful to be the representative here.
I'm really excited to be able to work with the other board members from the different high schools.
Grateful to be in this position, and I'm so excited to work with the other members to create wonderful presentations. And I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity given, and I just want to show how good our environment is here at DHSHS.
Thank you. And without ado, we're going to please invite Miss Kimberly Rodriguez Nunez, Cathedral City High School. Come on up. And take an oath. And next, Soraya Silvernail, Desert Hot Springs. Diego Hagari, come on up. Mount San Jacinto and EWE. Micah Henry, Palm Springs High School. Welcome aboard. And then, without ado, it's Philip Gonzalez from Rancho Mirage High School. Okay, so what would you like to do? Would you like them to turn slanted? You're going to raise your right hand, and our board superintendent and cabinet would like to come down too. This is really special. You're going to be with us for a year, and before you know it, we'll be helping you graduate. So did you want to come up, Superintendent Signoret, too? Okay. Okay, are you ready? Did you want to turn just a little bit? Yeah, inward? Perfect. Okay, if you'll raise your right hand, please. I, and say your names. Perfect. Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution to the State of California. That I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter. All right, congratulations, you are student board members. Woo! Yes, 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 yes. Oh my God. Come on over to the board. Come on over. Welcome back.
It's like I never left.
All right. Okay. Perfect, thank you. Everyone who helped arrange that and helped our students come into our lives and our awardees, our recipients. Public comments, item 10. Clerk Cornett, have we received any email comments?
We've not received any email comments.
Okay. Next, we have in-person comments. If you have any comments that you'd like to present to the board, you have 3 minutes, and you can still fill out a speaker card from Ms. Barragan, standing over there. Sorry, Borrego. All right, it looks like is there one there? Okay, so we do have one in-person comment, and all comments are to be directed to the board and be under 3 minutes and shall be devoid of any personal attacks. And members of the public are expected to maintain a professional, courteous decorum during public comments, and board members do not respond to public comments. So at this time, we welcome to our podium Mike Duran.
Hi, good evening, esteemed board, superintendent, and cabinet. My name is Mike Duran, and I've worked for the Palm Springs Unified School District for about the last 17 years. This December will be. And I feel that for the first time I might have to come up and just share some things that are going through my mind currently. As many of you, or some of you might know, I've taken on a job as the transitional counselor for the adult education program here in the Coachella Valley. And I'd first like to begin, as they say, to sandwich it with the good, and is that our goal last year for the 3 districts to graduate students was 341 students. And that was the record we had before, and it was my first year on, and we set a goal of 360. And I want to let everybody know that we graduated almost 500, 494. And it was an incredible a team effort, I believe, between all of the districts working together, but also, too, when these things happen, there is a sort of an overload on the services that we provide. And I sort of work solo, so it's kind of one of those things. I thought I would come and just ask if, you know, some of the things that could be more of assistance, because I believe this is a community that's completely untapped, a community that's probably voiceless many times. When I speak to students, they are 16 to 66 years in age, and they have multiple reasons of why they have not finished their high school diploma. Many times it's just, I call it like their alas got clipped, their wings got clipped when they were young, or something happened, something that they were unable to handle. So I don't know why their academic learning, okay, was altered or stalled. I said, but now they've woken up and they come to us, or they come to me. And what I'm coming here today to ask you is that the department needs more support. I had over 200 students. I currently have over 200 students that I enrolled last year, and I won't say, but I beat another district. And I think, you know, in registrations, we graduated more from here than ever before. And currently at this time, I'm inundated with 25, 30 students right now, currently already on my caseload. You add to that the Graduation Alliance, other duties that you have as assigned, as they say, and it's just something that when you're looking for support systems such as technology, hotspots, the little things these folks need, resume writing, just a hug, somebody to talk to. Well, everybody knows if you're a counselor at a site and you're spending time with a student, it's time sometimes you're not doing the things that you need to do somewhere else.
You have 15 more seconds.
15? I did 3 minutes that fast? All right, so anyway, graduation was incredible. You should have been there. I was there. And lastly, I would just like to say I did attend the, what do you call that? The conscious bias program. And I'll have other opinions on that, but I think we could do a better job. I think there were some things in there. I think some of you might know there were some people that probably didn't buy in with the whole thing. I bought in with it, and I want to say that the presenters at that event were absolutely incredible. I'll spare you their names, but they were absolutely great. And I was really proud to be a part of that. I just wish everybody else had been as proud too. But I guess I'm speaking for the voiceless here, which is our diploma people that don't have our students that are coming, our adult students that are coming looking for a diploma. Thank you so much. And didn't see, that clock says 40. No, is it over?
You're
That's how much I'm over. All right, thank you. See you again.
Sorry. Are there any other comments from audience members? It looks like that was just one. Next, we have number 11. We have a presentation. It's facilities update from Mr. Jeff Simmons, and introducing Ms. Arthur to present an update for us.
Yeah, tonight we do have our Executive Director of Facilities, Julie Arthur, here to present just on the lighting project of what's going on with that. So.
Good evening, board members, superintendent, cabinet members. I was asked to come and do a quick update tonight on our high school athletic field lighting, and we're very excited with the progress of our project. To start off with, all 4 high schools receive lights, athletic field lights, on all of their baseball, softball, varsity JV, tennis courts, as well as our practice fields. Cathedral City High, all the fields and tennis courts the lighting is complete and in use. The staff have been trained on the Musco app lighting system as well as the website. Our Rancho Mirage High school field lights are all fully in and functioning. High school staff has been trained again on the app and the website, and they're being used. I think I saw them on the softball field Monday night, so they're already in use. Palm Springs High, all fields, tennis courts, LED lights are fully functioning as of this week. Staff has been trained on the mobile app, the website. The stadium lights are all in and functioning. They did a training. We have a few more things to work with staff on our stadium lights. They have a few more functions than any of the other lights. They have a wonderful light program that can be programmed with light movement, and so we are working with staff on that. And then, of course, our Desert Hot Springs High fields and tennis courts. The poles are erected. We're working on our electrical connections and our 60-amp breaker that's going in. We actually are anticipating, as of this morning we heard, that we think we'll have completion in about 15 days. And so we're working with staff on that. And again, the project has moved forward very well. These are our ESSER funds we're using on it, and we are in compliance with all timelines for those funds right now. I've heard from actually one of the athletic directors that this is a culture-changing asset for their school. It is something that they are really looking forward to using and putting in place that all students will benefit from.
Next, we'll continue with board member comments, number 12. Do we have any comments from our board here? Would you like to start, Charlie? Oh, I'm sorry. Was there something else?
No, I'm sorry. I was just checking in with Mr. Simmons. Are you having problems connecting?
So, I don't have proclamation, suicide.
Oh, they have it? Okay.
All right. Wait. Maybe I found it. I got it. Okay, good. Okay, so we'll start with board member Irvin. Would you like to start?
All right, so for my board member comments, I had quite a few places that I attended. One, I happened to go to the Cyber Pathway Open House at DLS. That's right?
DLA.
Desert Learning.
DLA.
Desert Learning. DLA, sorry, DLA. Desert Learning Academy. It was wonderful. It was a very good turnout. I believe it was probably about 40 kids and about 40 parents. So very good turnout. There's about 80 people there. They had the soccer drone exhibit that was available. They also had some computers for the students to participate with the EA Sports. And I believe that there's a program that they're speaking about having there where the students actually get IT certifications. And so they also possibly could be interns at Palm Springs Unified School District. So I think that it's a wonderful pathway and a great opportunity for our students to get finished and have an opportunity to go into a career and maybe possibly work for our district. And so next on the 22nd, I also came here at the board meeting and helped with the foundation shoe giveaway. That was very exciting. It's always great to see the smiles on kids' face when they receive free shoes. Thank you to Converse as well as the foundation for doing a wonderful job. And also there was, I think last week, Madonna spoke about some of the students from our district who were the elite athletes in football from Desert Sun. And I just want to say congratulations to Rancho Mirage. They had 2 students who were in the top 4 or 5 for extraordinary athletes. That concludes.
Okay. Hi, good evening. First, I want to thank Mr. Duran for the comments, requesting more support for students. Also, I want to congratulate again the student, parent, and teacher from Landau Elementary. I want to welcome to all student board members 2024-2025. And in the last Saturday, I attended the ELL English Language Learner Family Literacy and Diversity Day over here in the school district building. There was a well-attended event, not only talking about literacy for family and student, also the family or the parent engagement department and also the English learner department. They offer different resources to parent and student, inviting different agencies like the Riverside County Education Department, Police Department from Palm Springs. They have artists, painting. They had another artist teaching the student how to sing, to play the guitar, and was very successful event. Thank you.
Board Member
Real quick,
Bernardi.
I missed our last board meeting. My wife and I were out of the area for an extended period of time, and we just got back, so I didn't get to wish everybody in the district a happy new school year, and my sincere wishes for a successful year. I want to congratulate my colleagues, Madonna and Sergio. They're going to be serving on the board for another 4 years, so the public has a lot of trust in them, obviously. I also want to thank Mr. Duran. You're providing a incredible service. I've always say we all develop in our own time. We're all not clones, and some of us take a little bit longer to get there, and to provide that service to allow people to get their diplomas, whatever age they are, is a great service. And I'm looking forward to working with our student board members. They're incredible young people. Thank you.
Sure, thank you. I do want to say congratulations to our new student board members. It's going to be an exciting year, and I know that all of the board members look forward to working with them. And also thank you to the foundation for the shoe giveaway. What a great experience, not only for the community, but also for our students and family. And yes, it was interesting to hear a little bit about the transitional program, and maybe we could have a little more information about that. It sounds like a great program. So I don't really have anything else to add, so thank you.
I was able to attend the Do the Right Thing ceremony again with Palm Springs, and with our students and Terry Kedover and everyone that is on the board, and Amber Gascoigne, and it is really special to hear our students' stories and other students' stories. We appreciate Chief Mills and Terry and all of the people that come together to do that special event and televise it every week. It's wonderful. Our Cyber Pathway open house was amazing. And I have the brochure to prove it because Will said that I need to mention this certification because there's 3 levels of certification, and these 3 levels are really important. It's called A+ certification, and the College of the Desert doesn't offer this. We do. And this is a wonderful in-house opportunity for technology essentials for our students. So that's part 1. Part 2 is that the program offers the art of drones for 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. And we must remember that people that fly drones can make $60 to $90 an hour. And so this is a great career opportunity for students who enjoy seeing drones and operating them. And then our last part is the esports portion of the program here that's called CTE ICT Hub. And Karen and Will have developed this esports room, and it's purple lighted, and it's an inner sanctuary of lights. And this room is just an amazing part of this new building that we've just put in over at Desert Learning Academy. We look forward to, seeing a grand opening of the building, and then all of the board gets to see the tour of the building. With that, I was with Board Member Irvin for the Shoe Foundation giveaway, and to be able to kneel down and help a little girl put on a pair of shoes and talk to her about if it fit just right, kind of like a Cinderella moment. It was very special. Thank you to the foundation, all of the volunteers, all of the people that donated, the donors from across the desert and across the valley, some being anonymous, some were wanting to be recognized. This was really, really a great giveaway. And so my question is, where's the socks? So I just think, because I saw the kids' socks up close, and I'm thinking, well, if you have new shoes, you need new socks, right? Is that right? So I just, I wonder if Ellen's listening. But yeah, thank you for everything, Ellen, and everyone in the foundation. Then I was with Board Member Girardi just yesterday, right? Board Member Girardi. We were at a meeting on Zoom with the City of Desert Hot Springs, and we brought up quite a few ideas and issues that might affect the safety of our students, affect the, I think, the spirit and the pride of our students, and maybe having a homecoming parade in downtown Desert Hot Springs. So there's many ideas that are out there, and possibly a water tower that might have the Golden Eagle, home of the Golden Eagles, there on the water tower, if there is one in Desert Hot Springs. So there's a lot of great ideas that came out of our 2x2. Anything else, Board Member Girardi? Great working relationship with them. So quickly, a shout out to our Palm Springs High School senior, Ava Jewel Katrenich, superior academic student for her philanthropic achievement in the National Society of High School Scholars. That affords her many open doors for more scholarships. She's an outstanding leader, and she is committed to our community and does a great amount for our community. I also want to look over at Mr. Jeff Simmons and tell him thank you for all of the work that you did with maintenance and operations at our West Main water break at the stadium. This was unexpected, and I think people just shifted right into place and went to the field and started moving the soil. I'm not sure, I wasn't there, but I know that we know that you took care of it. Coming up is the Parent Palooza, Cathedral City High School. If you have a chance on a Saturday morning on the 13th of September, it's a great opportunity for parents, community members to learn about, educate each other on many different topics. And I hope that people go out for that. Last month was Disability Awareness Month. This month is, in September, it's Hispanic Heritage Month. There's many months where we really don't read a proclamation, but we know that are important. And so if those months are not recognized tonight or in other nights, it's not that they're not important. It's just that we are given these declarations from our county, right? Is that right, Ms. Barragan? Yes, yes, from our county. Yes, yes, yes. They come from our county. So also, I was on the road over the bridge in Jefferson yesterday morning, heading to my workplace, and a first student van with about 4 kids were in the van heading over the Jefferson Bridge. At the same time, a little plane was about to land on the airstrip there, right there in La Quinta. And it was really great to see that van slow down and stop and watch the plane, let the kids see the plane go ahead of them over the landing strip. So I saw like a safety move right there where that van driver thought it would be better to just hold back and let the plane pass into the field. And so I thank first student, I thank all of our bus drivers, I thank all of our crossing guards, because we were talking about crossing guards up in Desert Hot Springs, and all of the people that go on duty and volunteer and work to keep the kids at the beginning of the year and throughout the year safe. We have, as employees of the district, mandatory trainings, and we have messages that as board members and employees of the district, we are required to do the trainings. And I want to commend our district and Renee Brunel, because our district does help our employees and by giving them time to work on the modules and get the certification for passing those modules. So thank you again, Human Resources and all of the departments that help our employees do that. Then lastly, Joan and all of our people that work in media, more positive stories are being picked up and shared across our networks to people and bilingual stations across our world. So we are really excited to get notifications that some of our stories are even spreading into other districts and areas of our country and our world. So that's about all I have. So thank you. And board, and then superintendent.
Thank you, President Terrell. Just very briefly, I just also want to thank Mr. Duran for coming in, and we'll definitely follow up on some of the topics he brought up, and really appreciate all his service. Also, also student board members, very excited. What a dynamic group. Those kids are absolutely outstanding. I did want to share with the board, all last week we did our goals check-in meetings with every principal along with executive cabinet. And the purpose for that is to review with principals goals that they have for the upcoming year, and not only goals based on student performance data, but also social emotional learning, many other goals that they have for the entire school, and also to discuss relative resources and support to help them achieve their goals. We reviewed some very, very impressive plans, and I just want to give kudos to all the principals for their outstanding work in preparing those presentations, because I know it took a lot of time, effort, and focus, and they did a great job. I also want to thank our executive cabinet, in particular Dr. Kovacs for her facilitation, but the entire team, they provided excellent guidance and support to our principals. And then to piggyback on what President Jarrell mentioned about the unfortunate sinkhole at Palm Springs High School, definitely a very unfortunate event, and it's forcing some of our Palm Springs High games to go on the home games to go on the road. But I know that our maintenance and operations team, our facilities team, business services, they were right on it. I mean, they were there immediately. If all goes well, we should have the issue fixed relatively soon, and in time to bring the team back to play more home games at the stadium. So I do want to give a special thanks to Greg Shoemaker, Julie Arthur, Jeff Simmons, as well as Mr. Ventura, Art Sanchez, for all of their work, and as well to Rancho Mirage High School. They're going to be wonderful hosts for a Palm Springs High football team. So that's the end of my report. Thank you.
So, next are board action items. 14A is the approval of certificated and classified employee transactions OE-4.4. Mr. Clayton Hill will introduce our new appointment.
All right. Good evening, President Jarrell and esteemed board members. I'd like to call the podium next to me, Dr. Antonia Hunt. It's my pleasure to recommend Antonia Hunt for the position of Director of Title IX and Compliance. Dr. Hunt has been in education for 17 years, serving in a variety of roles from classroom teacher to both site and district administrator. She began her career as an English teacher in Seville, Spain, teaching English as a second language. Carried further on, she worked in Moreno Valley in a variety of roles. She served as an English teacher, African American Parent Advisory Liaison, International Baccalaureate Coordinator, and Assistant Principal, to name a few. Further on, she became a middle school principal prior to her current role as the Coordinator of Diversity, Equity, and Support Systems for Chino Valley Unified School District. And in that current role, she also serves as the Title IX Coordinator and Lead Investigator, working closely with site and district leaders as well as outside agencies. Dr. Hunt earned her Bachelor of Arts in English Literature and Master of Business Administration from the University of Redlands. She earned her Doctorate of Education and Organizational Leadership from the University of Laverne. And Dr. Hunt has experience in leading complex investigations, developing and implementing training programs, and ensuring district-wide adherence to federal and state regulations. Dr. Hunt's current supervisor, Ms. Stephanie Johnson, stated that, quote, Antonia is not only adept at addressing immediate issues, but also excels in proactive measures to prevent discrimination and harassment. She is known for her exceptional interpersonal skills. She's approachable, empathetic, and an excellent communicator. Welcome, Dr. Hunt. You're welcome to say a few words and also introduce anybody in the audience.
Thank you so much. And board, thank you for this opportunity. It is truly a pleasure to be able to join Palm Springs Unified, especially after I see the amazing students that you have here. It is truly an honor. I would especially like to thank my son for being here tonight, along with my father-in-law, who is the reason I became an administrator. He not only served as my professor at the university, but then later on allowed me to marry his son. So thank you. And of course, my family who could not be here today. My husband is watching our younger daughter, so she wouldn't interrupt these proceedings. So thank you to them as well. And thank you again for this amazing opportunity.
Thank you so much, and congratulations, and welcome to our district. So can I get a motion to approve the following employment agreement? Employment agreement with Antonia Hunt, ED, Director of Title IX and Compliance, Salary Schedule 223, Column 10, Step 2, Effective Date to be decided. May I get a motion? Can I get a motion, please?
I move the motion.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Congratulations. All right. So, as I mentioned, we do have a proclamation for National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. This is item 14B OE11, and I will read that. So, the Palm Springs Unified School District recognizes National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, September 2024. Whereas the month of September, where millions of people around the world join their voices to share a message of hope and healing, and whereas these observances are united in raising awareness that prevention is possible, treatment is effective, and people do recover, and whereas in these challenging times, messages of hope and healing are more needed than ever, and whereas Riverside County residents should be able to access high-quality prevention, support, rehabilitation, and treatment services that lead to recovery and a healthy lifestyle. And whereas everyday people enter treatment into behavioral health services and community supports and begin the road to wellness and recovery. And whereas resiliency begins early in life within families, daycares, and schools, and can be strengthened and reinforced throughout the lifespan. And whereas recovery and wellness encompass the whole individual, including mind, body, and spirit, and community. Whereas striving for zero, California's strategic plan for suicide prevention urges all Californians to play a role in suicide prevention and promoting health and wellness. And whereas the benefits of preventing and overcoming mental health challenges, suicide attempts and loss, and substance abuse are significant and valuable to individuals, families, and our community at large. And whereas it is essential that we educate students, residents about suicide, mental health, substance abuse problems, and the ways they affect all people in the community. And whereas we must encourage relatives, friends, co-workers, providers to recognize signs of a problem and guide those in need to appropriate services and supports. Whereas Suicide Awareness Month inspires millions of Americans to raise awareness, build resiliency, and find hope. Now, therefore, be it resolved that on August 27, 2024, the Governing Board of Palm Springs Unified School District proclaims the month of September as Suicide Awareness Month. So, can I get a motion to approve 14B, this proclamation of National Suicide Prevention Month?
I'll move it.
Thank you.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Next, 14C. Superintendent Signoret will read the approval of proclamation of Attendance Awareness Month, September 2024.
Thank you, President Terrell. Palm Springs Unified School District Attendance Awareness Month, September 2024. Whereas good attendance is essential to student achievement and graduation, and we are committed to dedicating our resources and attention to reducing chronic absenteeism rates with a focus starting as early as preschool and kindergarten, and whereas chronic absence, missing 10% or more of school for any reason, is a proven predictor of academic trouble and dropout rates. Whereas improving attendance and reducing chronic absence takes commitment, collaboration, and tailored approaches to unique challenges and strengths in each community. And whereas chronic absence predicts lower third grade reading proficiency, course failure, and eventual dropout, it weakens our communities and our local economy. And whereas attendance gaps among groups of students often turn into achievement gaps that undermine student success. Chronic absence particularly exacerbates the achievement gap that separates students in low-income communities from their peers, since students from low-income communities are both more likely to be chronically absent and more likely to be affected academically by missing school. Whereas schools and community partners can reach out more frequently to absent students to determine why they are missing school and what would help them attend more regularly. And whereas chronic absence can be significantly reduced when schools, parents, and communities work together to monitor and promote good attendance and address hurdles that keep children from getting to school. Now, therefore, be it resolved that on August 27th, 2024, the Governing Board of the Palm Springs Unified School District proclaims the month of September as Attendance Awareness Month.
Thank you so much. Can I get a motion to approve proclamation for Attendance Awareness 14C?
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Next, 14D, the approval of district calendars for 2025, 2026, and 2026-2027 school years, OE 10.9. And Mr. Clayton Hill will provide us with an overview.
Thank you, Board President. What we're seeking approval for, again, are the 25, 26, 26, 27 calendars for the school year. These calendars are developed based on feedback we received from a number of stakeholders, including our labor partners, both Teamsters, Teams 1 and 2, as well as PSTA and the community. And there are, with respect to just sort of a big overview of wants or asks in terms of the majority of respondents that we get, there's really 4 sort of pillars. One, survey result or piece of inquiries around the start date. Another has to do with the semester breaks. That would be our second. Another key aspect of this is the holidays. You'll see there on the winter break, for example, 3 weeks, and getting feedback from folks on what they'd like to see on those. And then the fourth would be the end, when school ideally would like to end. I mentioned those 4 being some of the major 4 that come up, recognizing that there is no universal calendar that meets everybody's needs and requests. In most cases, we're able to hit 3 of those 4, for example. So that's what you're seeing in front of you here, and I'm certainly able to take any questions you might have.
Just real quick, Clayton, you said we polled our major stakeholders. Were parents involved?
Yeah, the most recent committee on this was going into creating the 22-23 calendar. Parents are sort of a mixed group. It's about a 10% difference as far as really the key for parents is the start date. Based on all of the data that I looked at from the past committees that have created the calendar, the mid-August to even third week in August is where the parents fall. About 10% difference, about 50% will want it about mid-August. The challenge is the start date certainly is probably I don't want to say controversial, but that's a topic of conversation, certainly for the heat in the desert. The challenge in that start date is one where the semester will end. That's a high ask or a high need, that we end at the Christmas break, the winter break, for our secondary. It also impacts the ask of that 3 week in the winter break and the 2 week in the spring break. It impacts how far back the end date's going to be, that June. And so again, trying to balance those, recognizing that for parents, that is one of the areas, certainly that start date, that is a topic of conversation for them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think that we're forward-thinking. This helps our employees, helps our sports, all of our programming, our master schedules, and this. I see this, and I reflect on this and see that this is like a mirror of years past. So it's not really going to, make a great impact on our parents, students, community as well. So that's, for me, really important to keep it on about the same level and see that as like a consistency in calendars. Is that right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. And maybe even a more nuanced look at this that is important to note too is relative to AP exams. Those exams start at a set date on the calendar, irrespective of when the school district starts their school year. And so it's just something else to think about. If we start later in August, we're going to condense more of what those AP students and teachers have to cover leading up to that March. Again, I understand that that's a nuanced piece, but there is impacts. There's sort of all these ripple effects that happen that you don't think of, but certainly are sensitive to the feedback we get from folks around that.
Thank you so much on giving us more information. With that, can I get a motion to approve 14D district calendars?
I move the motion.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Next, 14E, we look at the approval of agreement number C0005098, Grant Program Services Agreement with Think Together for the 2024-25 After-School ACES program, which is OE-6.2. Can I get a motion to approve item 14E?
Move for approval.
Okay.
Second.
Were there any questions? None? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Next, 14F, the approval of amendment number 1 to contract C0005034 with Carnegie Learning Incorporated for the live virtual tutoring program which is OE-6.2. Can I get a motion to approve 14F?
Move.
Second.
Are there any questions or is there any discussion about
I just had a quick question.
the program?
Is there any specific reason why we decided to move from the company that we had prior to the company that we're using now?
Yes, the company we had previously was Varsity Tutors, and we moved to Carnegie because there was more opportunities for us to receive data and more targeted support for our students who need it. And this company is able to provide more tutoring for the number of students that we need than what we had previously with Varsity. And I know Dr. Gascoigne did a lot of research on the company and is very confident it will meet our needs and the needs of our families.
And so will there be any difference in performance-wise between the two companies? Are the same, like the way that the ability to be able to get the tutoring, is it the same, or will it change any different from last year?
The ability to have the tutoring should increase and be more differentiated for our students, and we're also increasing the number of hours so we don't have students on a waiting list who need the support. And it's still going to be virtual as in the way Varsity Tutors was, but it would be more targeted. And we will be able to utilize the data that we get from them, and Dr. Gascoigne will be interacting with the company and the platform to ensure that we are adjusting the support for our students.
And that would be a live person that they'll be able to speak with?
Yes.
Okay, great.
And
Thank
it's
you.
still going to be through 12th grade, so it's for all of our students.
Okay, thank you.
So I think we need a second.
Second.
Okay, thank you. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Next, the approval of resolution 2024-2025-10, approval to award contracts to emergency repairs of Palm Springs High School Stadium. Can I get a motion to approve 14G?
Move for approval.
Second.
Okay, are there any questions?
And how long will take this project? Is that-
Actually, it's moving along a little faster than what we thought. So, assuming there's no more issues, we've had the engineers out there and Dr. Delinsky's firm both working on the type of slurry mix that we're going to need. The engineer will be monitoring the situation, but we're actually starting to pour that slurry tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. It's going to go in 3 phases. We're hoping that the second phase, the slurry is only needs to dry for about 4 hours, so we're hoping the second phase will pour later that afternoon, and then the final phase is on probably Thursday. After that, we got to get the track all cleaned up and the fencing and all the other details that went along with this sinkhole. But as far as the hole itself and supporting those bleachers, that should be, we're hoping, as long as everything goes according to plan, by Thursday morning, early in the morning.
Have we checked with engineering about the rest of the stadium? Could there be other leaks on the other end or in the middle?
And we haven't spotted any other leaks. I mean, we probably would have seen it. We did, Will was gracious enough to fly one of his drones down into the hole, so we were able to kind of see how far down and how deep it went. Deep-wise, it wasn't too bad. Luckily, it found a pathway out and just kicked all the mud out to the stairways and to the track. So we have a pretty big cleanup there. We don't know if there's any damage to the track yet. At this particular point, we'll have that inspected and whatnot. But there was quite a bit there, but the water did find its way out. Thank goodness. Otherwise, it would have continued to dig further into the stands. But with all the support from the rebar going across and whatnot, it's held up just fine. They were up there coring the bleachers today, so we can actually make sure that the slurry bubbles up through those coring holes to make sure it's fully supporting the bottom of that bleacher surface. So, as Dr. Senior Ray mentioned, the teams have come together very quickly and gotten this done. This emergency resolution will certainly help. So,
Thank you.
Curious, how much damage was done, or how? I heard you say the bleachers. How far down, or how do you have an idea?
yeah, I think the estimation was, what it was like 40 feet this way, and about 20 feet in, and about 18 feet deep. Yeah, it's a pretty big hole. There was I think the last I heard it was 23 dump trucks of mud was taken from the stairways and the field so far.
And so, for some of us who don't understand, what is slurry?
It's kind of it's a special mix it's kind of a concrete mix. It's going to dry and harden up and support those bleachers just as a concrete would, but it's still a special mix that can be, if need be, can be removed.
And so are they ensuring as well that the bleachers won't have any damage with this?
That's what the engineer's for. That's why it was very important for me, and that's why I worked with Julie on is let's get an engineer out there to make sure that anything we do is can be signed off by them. So yes, they've analyzed everything. They've marked out everything. They've worked with their firm to get this particular mixture. And they've also been out there with Dr. Dolinsky and Ready Mix as well to make sure that we're getting the right mixture that we're looking for.
And what was that date again? Just hypothetically, how long?
Tomorrow at 4 a.m. they're starting to pour.
Yeah, but how long do you think it'll take before it's?
Well, by Thursday afternoon, it's supposed to be completely dry. So, and ready to go.
Well, they're probably going to have to test it out a little bit before.
Well, we'll continue to have the inspections, and then there's still quite a bit more damage. We got to put up all the fencing again because all the fencing just fell down into the hole, and then they'll be, repairing the hill a little bit, making sure the track is ready to go and whatnot. So
safe to say a couple weeks.
Yeah, we've targeted a date of September 13th. If we're going to get earlier than that, then that's a true blessing and shows the work that this team has done. So
thank you.
Somebody want to thank?
So we did have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Aye. Thank you. Thank you to the team. And wow, that's really fast. Great work. Next, 14H. We're approving a revision to Board Policy BC-4 Officers' Rules. This one pertains to the Delegate Assembly member role included in our Board Policy book. Can I get a motion to approve 14H?
Move for approval.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Well, I'm going to abstain. This is not a position I would consider a traditional board officer position, and I wasn't part of the conversation on how you guys came to this decision, so I don't want to vote no, but so I'll just abstain on this.
Thank you. Next, 14I, the approval and compromise and release agreement number 25-01 between parents and district dated July 30th, 2024, OE 6.1. Can I get a motion to approve item 14I?
Move for approval.
Okay,
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Next, 14J, approval of readmission of expulsion case 2024-2025-8 Palm Springs Unified School District from out-of-district OE 11. Can I get a motion to approve item 14J?
Move for approval.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. As we look ahead, we look at the superintendent's consent items in one vote, approving our 15A, acceptance of gifts, 15B, the purchase order report, C, the approval of agreements $10,000 or more, D, the approval of memorandum of understanding, E, the approval of change order with Western State Builders for the early childhood education playground and shade structure modification project. 15F, the approval to file the notice of completion with Western State Builders for that early childhood education playground and shade structure modification project. And then it would be 15G, the approval of new job description, executive director Director, Human Resources, which is OE 4.7. Would anyone like to pull an item for discussion or review? Anyone? Okay. I'm just going to bring to the light that, or to the meeting, that we thank Trader Joe's, Valley Office Equipment, Farm, Costco, Tyler's Burgers, Salon 119, Tommy Bahama, Greek Cafe, Aspen Mills, Swiss Donut, Jelly Donut, the Pickled Bar, On the Mark, Chipotle, and the LA Lakers for all of their donations. And it looks like they did a lot of donations to our 2024 Professional Growth Workshop. And was that just held recently?
It was.
This summer?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And so I just appreciate all of our donors. And so with that, can I get a motion to approve superintendent consent items 15A through 15G?
Move for approval.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Next is 16, board consent item, the approval of meeting minutes for August 9th, 2024. Can I get a motion to approve those minutes?
Move for approval.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Eric, I'll abstain on that one too.
Okay, motion passed. Next, these are just information items. 17A, the new administrative regulation, AR 5131.2 bullying. 17B, the reading of revisions to our board policy 15131.2 bullying. 17C, the first reading of revisions to board policy 1541.52 suicide prevention. 17D, the first reading of revisions to board policy 6158, the independent studies. Next is 17E, the first reading of revisions to the administrative regulation 3550 food services child nutrition program. 17F, the first reading of revisions to board policy 3550 food service child nutrition program. 17G, the first reading of revisions to administrative regulation 3551 food service operations cafeteria fund. H would be the first reading of revisions to board policy 3551 food services operations cafeteria fund. 17I, the first reading of revisions to administrative regulation 3553 free and reduced price meals. 17J, the first reading of revisions to board policy 3553 free and reduced price meals. And 17K, early Head Start and Head Start reports per requirements for the Head Start Act for June of 2024. The Board of Education has received and reviewed this information. So 18.
Can I just
I'm
ask a
sorry.
question about our independent studies? I know that having absenteeism is a real, we want to make sure our kids are here. So how do we communicate with our parents this is an option for them if their child has to be out for some reason? And when are they allowed to do independent study?
So we've been working with each of the principals through that goal-setting meeting, letting them know that how they can use independent study, because the new law change allows us to go back to day one and use independent study. We don't have to have like a 3-day minimum absence. So the recommendation has been for each of the principals and their staff to work with the families on if a kid's been absent and they've done their homework, then having a pre-signed or even a post-signed, because the new law also indicates that the signature from the parent doesn't have to be prior to the date of independent study either. So we can get that pre-signed or post-signed and still get credit for those absences. So there's been a lot of flexibility with that we've let the principals know, and they're working with their staff to make sure that we're utilizing that as an attendance recovery. And you can do that for up to 10 days per student. So if they've been absent one day and did their homework, it's been encouraged, sign that independent study contract so we get credit for the attendance, and so does the student. They get that credit back toward their perfect attendance or whatever they might be going for. 3 days, 5 days, it's, like I said, it works for up to 10 days throughout the year. So I think attendance recovers. She just wrote me a note 15 days, but so we'll look into that. I think you could do it. So my understanding of it is a short-term independent study can be anywhere from 0 days to 15 days. But I think for attendance credit recovery, and I could be wrong about this, it's up to 10 days, but I'm not sure. So
I think that's exciting, and that's an exciting thing for parents to know, and a good thing for parents to know that they can recover their child's absences by going on independent study.
And we're also going to be working really hard with more Saturday schools this year for each of the schools. So
Great.
getting attendance recovery that way. So I also mentioned in the goal setting meeting, so it was very nice for executive cabinet to sit in there and kind of work with the principals on various aspects of our particular position. So
You're right on it. Thank you.
yes.
Great ideas, thank you.
Yeah.
So, the board has received the information, and next we have 18 suggestions for future agendas. Do we have any suggestions from the board for future agendas? Okay, with that, we'll leave that. And next, our setting of our next board meeting will be a regular meeting, September 10th, 2024, at 6:00 p.m. So is there any one that would like to debrief or say any final comments for tonight? I just want to thank all of our American Sign Language interpreters, our gentlemen, and our tech people that are helping, and our translators. Thank you all, and all of the crew that helped to set up more chairs and just bring everything to life tonight. Thank you. So the next, that's it. Can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.